it have?
Oh, wait.
It would have 7, and then how much would it have? 1260. The last one is a decagon. Shh. A decagon has 10 sides. So how many triangles would it have? And then what's my last number? Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to write an equation that would represent this process. So every single time I had my number of sides, and then how did I go from these numbers to these numbers? I subtracted 2, and then how can I go from 8 to 1440? Aiden, go to the corner over there. Tyrone, come to this corner. Get up, move. You times it by 180. Aiden, go to that corner. Tyrone, come to this corner. Yeah, bring me around. So for the sum of any shape, you just have to know the number of sides you have. You're doing n. N represents the number of sides. Minus 2. No, Aiden's going up there. And you're multiplying by 180. If I wanted to take this a little bit further, if I knew a decagon, let's say a 10-sided shape, has the total angle of 1,440, how could I do, or what could I do to find each angle in the decagon? What divide by what? By 10, because there's 10 sides. Okay, well, that sucks. No. Okay, so we're going to take it one step further. We're going to write n minus 2 times 180, and we're dividing by n, meaning the number of sides it has. And then if you read this, it says a regular polygon is which all the sides are equal, so therefore all the angles are also equal. So a regular shape means that all the sides would be congruent, all the angles would be the same as well. Most times that's not the case. Most times they're going to be different, but either way. So let's use these two formulas. Sum means the total, so you're going to have a big number. Each individual angle is going to be smaller. So let's go over here. If I have to find the sum, so it's a big number, of the interior angles of a 15-sided figure. I'm taking my formula, which is n minus 2, multiplied by 180, and I'm just plugging in 15. So I have 15 minus 2 times 180, PEMDAS for life, so I have to simplify my parentheses. Yes. So try number 2. Number 2, same thing. You're finding the sum. So it's a big number of a 21-sided figure. So what do we get for number 2? Beautiful, 3,420. The next one says, what is the measure of each? So one interior angle of a regular pentagon. So how many sides does a pentagon have? So we're plugging in 5 minus 2 times 180. But in the end, we're going to have to divide by 5 to find the angle in each corner of the pentagon. So I have to divide by how many vertices I actually have. $108. Try number 4. You divide by how many sides it has. So in that case, you have 5 sides.
You really explain it because I was down.
So you're plugging in, a pentagon has 5 sides. So you're plugging in your number of sides. 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 times 180 gives you the sum, the total amount. And then you're dividing by how many sides it has. So this number will change based on the number of sides it has. So what do we get for number 4? 160. Okay. So far we've only talked about inside. So if you flip to the back really quick, All of these problems represent inside problems. All the angles are interior, they're on the inside. The only weirdo is number 17. 17, you have all these angles on the outside. These are exterior angles. So now let's talk about exterior. So exterior angles, what we're going to do is we're going to find the supplement or the angle next to the number that's given. Because they're right next to each other, they add to make 180 because it forms a straight line. So 40 plus what makes 180? 140. Same thing with this one. I have 61 plus something needs to make 180. 119. What's the supplement to 79? 101. So if I find the sum of the exterior or the outside angles, so I'm going to add up the outside. Bless you. So I get 360. That's for a triangle. So we're going to do it again with a quadrilateral. No, you're just adding them up. So I add 101, 119. No, so same thing. We're going to add to make 180. So 76 plus something needs to make 180 because it's a straight line. Yeah. So what do I get? 104. If this one's 89, what's next to 89 to make 180? 91. Take a second, figure out the last two. You're just subtracting from 180. So what's the supplement to 71? 109. What's the supplement to 124? If I add up all the exterior angles, what do you get? 360. That's ironic. What do you think is going to happen the next time I do it? They're all going to equal 360 every single time. Okay. So anytime it's exterior, it automatically makes X or 360. So in the conclusion, I want you to write exterior equals 360 every single time. So if it's got these weird little outside little tails, it makes 360. If it's on the inside, that's when you have to use the little formula. So let's go to the back. We're going to skip these. So let's go to the back. Yeah, cross bound. Let's go to 14. 14, first you need to decide, is this interior angles or exterior angles? Interior. So if you're talking about interior, we're going to use n minus 2 times 180. N is the number of sides. So how many sides are on this shape?
6.
So I'm doing 6 minus 2 times 180. So what that means is in total, the inside needs to make 720 degrees. So what should I do with all of this stuff to equal to 720? So if you think, hold on, I know, because if you do that, it's going to look like this. Hold on. It's going to look like this, and it's going to be long and obnoxious. Either way, you have to combine like terms. So instead of writing it all out, let's just combine like terms. So if I look at my problem, let's start with our x's. In a calculator, I have 8x, 5x, 7x, and 6x. I'm adding them all up. I'm going to do the same thing with my numbers. So I'm taking the constants, that's what it's called. So all the numbers that don't have an x, 110, I'm subtracting 1 because it says minus. I'm adding 36. I'm adding 116. I'm adding 19. I'm subtracting 2 because it says minus. So what do I get whenever I combine all those numbers? Good. So plus 278. And then what's it equal to? And it equals 720. Now it's a two-step equation. Now you can subtract and divide. Yep. Okay, you want to set up one more together? Let's just talk about 6 really quick. 6, you need to decide. Is this interior angles? 16, sorry. Is this interior angles or is this exterior angles? Interior, because it's inside, so that's the cue that you're going to be using this thing, and minus 2 times 180. Exterior, no matter what, makes 360, but this is interior. So how many sides does this shape have? So 10 minus 2 is 8. So 1440. So now what am I going to do that those tick marks, what does the tick marks mean? They're all equal. So what do you know about the angles? They're all equal. So what can I do if I know all of the angles are 10x plus 4? Times by 10, because there's 10 of them. And then I'm equaling it to the 1440 I got. So to get rid of your parentheses, you do have to distribute. This paper is going to be turned in before you leave. And then you'll start working on your test review. You can cross out 10 and 11. You don't have to do those. So on the back, 10 and 11 skip. You're only doing the back. You're doing 12 through 17. You're turning this in before you leave. 10 and 11. You're going to turn it in before you leave. Let me know if you get stuck. And then you have the test review.